Yo. There's only so much he can understand at this age. Hare Krishna. May she have a happy birthday. Hare Krishna, everyone. Can I chant Jai Radha Madhava? Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jayo Radha Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janaballabha Girivadadhari Gopi Janaballabha Girivadadhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janaballabha Girivadadhari Gopi Janaballabha Girivadadhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunda Bihari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunda Bihari Gopi Janabalaba Girivadadhari Gopi Janabalaba Girivadadhari Jashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Jashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Kunja Bihari Jayo Radha Madhava 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 Kunja Bihari Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachadine Nibhishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Dishatharine Namaste Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Everybody. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Jai Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Gaur Premanandi Jai Vishnupad Paramahamsa Paribrajacharya Ashatara Sata Shri Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai ISKCON Samstapakacharya BBT Samstapakacharya His Ever-Loving Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Jai Nitya Lila Pravishta Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Samaveda Bhakta Brinda Ki Jai All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. Gaur Premanandi. Hari Hari Bol. Madhyanatimidantasya gyananjana shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam jena tasmai Shri Gurave namaha Shri Chaitanya manobishtam Stapitam jena bhutale Swayam rupa kadamayam dadhati sapadantikam Mukham karudivachalam Pangam langayate girim yat kripa tamaham bande Shri Gurun dinataranam Namashreshtamanum api sachi putram atra sarupam Rupam tasyagrajim udupudim maturim goshtavatim Radha kundam girivadamaho radhika madavasam Prapto yasya patita kripayo Shri Gurun Tandatosmi Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadvadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaudavani Prachadine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarane Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo Rama Ramo Hare Hare Hantayam Adalabala Haridasya Vayo Yad Rama Krishna Charana Sparasha Pramodaha Manam Tunoti Sahago Ganayostayo Yat Pani Yasuiva Sagandana Kandamudahai Matsamo Nasti Papatma Nabadadi Nakaschana Pari Hare Pilajjame Kim Bruve Purushottamam Yuvatinam Tata Yuni Yunam Cha Yavatau Yata Mano Bidabate Tadvam Mano Me Ramatam Twayi Bhumau Skalita Padanam Bhumyareva Valambanam Twayi Jatapadādanam Tvam Me Vasharanam Prabho Govinda Balabe Radhe Prartye Tamaham Sada Tudiyam Iti Janatu Govindo Mam Tvaya Saha Radhe Vrindavanadishe Karunamrita Vahini Kripaya Tava Padavja Dasyam Mayam Pradiyatam. Hare Krishna. So we'd like to welcome you all to ISKCON of Silicon Valley, and our guest for the first time. First time? No. Nima. Oh, I didn't know. Hi. Haribo. How are you? Good. Well, I had to find out whether you were new because I didn't know you, and I would have changed things if you would have been new. On Janmashtami Day, I was supposed to read something from Navabraja Mahimam, which is a new publication, which I was involved in helping to produce as an editor. And but because it was such an ecstatic Kirtan and day and so many guests and everything, we didn't get a chance to do that. So today I'm supposed to speak on how to live in a spiritual family. This is a very huge topic, much bigger than we can cover in the short time we have. On the broadest scale, or the broadest conception, all of us in this material world are living in a spiritual family. Krishna says, Aham bija pradapita. Praja means citizen, either of a country or of the world or of the universe. And bija means seed. Krishna says, Aham bija praja. He is the seed-giving father of all living beings in this universe. So the first idea is that if we can understand this conception, accept it, and embrace it, we take a first step in learning how to live in a spiritual family. Because once you've actually expanded your conception to a spiritual conception of who we are in this material world as parts and parcels of God, of Krishna, who is the source of everything, the source of all living beings, the source of all the energy that we have at our disposal, including our own bodies and minds and senses. And if we can learn to see the world and see each other through that conception, we take a step forward. Maybe a baby step, but it's a step forward in learning how to live in a spiritual family. Because we are all spiritual souls. Krishna is the Supreme Father, the Supreme Spiritual Soul, and therefore we are all family members of Krishna. Now, the problem is that not very many of us are aware of that or remember that. That's the purpose, one of the purposes of the material world. The material creation itself is created by Krishna to fulfill our desire to forget and to be separate, independent of the authority and the laws of God. The sun shines down on the ocean and evaporates the water and creates a cloud. And the cloud covers the sun. So the sun is creating the cloud, and that same cloud is preventing us from seeing the sun sometimes. Of course, when we go up to an airplane and we go above the clouds, then we see the sun. The sun is there all the time. Krishna is there all the time. But while we're in the material energy, created by Krishna himself, to fulfill our desires, to forget Krishna, to forget that we're actually his family member, then we forget. In that way, just as the sun is the source of the cloud which covers the sun, Krishna is the source of the material energy and the laws of nature which cause us to forget him. This is the paradox of being a soul in this material world. On another level of familyhood, we have our immediate families and extended families, the blood relatives, as they say. And the attachment to that level of family conception is very strong. The feelings that we have towards one another when we come together in family are very strong. And this is one of the details of how that cloud of the material energy causes us to forget Krishna and our original Supreme Father, and the fact that we are all members of the same family. So we separate ourselves into blood relative families that tend to prevent us, the attachment, that level of attachment, prevents us from seeing other members of the Krishna's family as Krishna's family. So this is the basic principle of spiritual life. The basic principle of spiritual life is that life is spiritual, we are spiritual, and as spiritual beings, we are eternal, and we can learn to live in this world happily, without dissension and without unnecessary quarreling and even to the point of violence. If we can get this through our head, get this into our hearts, into our conception, spiritual conception. The difference between spiritual life and material life is our conception. The difference between matter and spirit is remembrance, consciousness. Just like when we talk about the sunshine, we don't talk about shine. You never hear anyone refer to the sunshine as shine. You wouldn't know what you were talking about if you said, "Oh, the shine is nice today." What, the shine on my shoes, or the shine on my bald head, or no, the sunshine. Define the terms. So consciousness really actually has no meaning without Krishna, because our original consciousness is Krishna consciousness. Our original consciousness is love for the Supreme Father, our source. So this is the first step in learning to live in a spiritual family, and that is to learn or be spiritually educated. Who we are actually. Who the other living beings are actually. If we learn this conception and can give our love to the Supreme Father, just as when we're in a family, the family members give their love to the father and the mother, and that's what holds the family together. Even we don't get along with one another, it's impossible in the material world for everyone to agree with everything. It's a part of the living nature of the living being to be individual. Each one of us is an individual living being, therefore unique. No two living beings are the same. Therefore, no two living beings have the same opinions about things, and therefore there's bound to be differences of opinion. But when you're bound together with a tie of affection, of family, then even if you don't even have a disagreement with your brother or sister or your husband or your wife or whoever in the family stays together, or at least they should. To have a peaceful human society, the family should stay together. And if they don't, and the more they don't, the more disruption there is in human society. So, whichever level of spiritual family we're talking about, whether we're talking about the universal conception of Krishna being the Father of everyone and being able to see everyone as our family member, or within the family being able to see one another as parts and parcels of Krishna, spiritual personality that deserves our affection and our love. Beyond those things, there's a even more specific conception of spiritual family, and that is Krishna's personal family in the spiritual world. All of us are family members of Krishna. But just like all of us are Indians or Americans, we all belong to America or India or whatever nationality you are. That's another level of family. But just because we're all one in the sense that we are all of the same nationality or the same family or the same or whatever, doesn't mean that we're equal to Obama or Manmohan Singh or whoever happens to be the supreme ruler of the country at the time. So from whichever level, whatever level of family conception we think about, in order to make it spiritual, we need to hear about the spiritual family of Krishna in the spiritual world. And the more we do that, the more we hear about Krishna, the more we chant his name together, the more we think about Krishna, the more our hearts and minds are purified in such a way that we can actually think in a spiritual conception. Right now we have, our minds and hearts are clouded like the sun creates the cloud from the ocean, like we said before, and that cloud covers our vision of the sun. So the material energy is created by Krishna and at the same time covers knowledge and perception of Krishna. This is the material conditioning that we're living within. And it's that material conditioning, that forgetfulness of our familyhood, of our Supreme Father, Krishna, which is a concrete conception. I was reading a little article that caught my eye on the internet today, and it was talking about are the Jews and Christians and Muslims worshiping the same God? It's a question, and it actually comes up. If you Google it, you'll find that question actually comes up. People talk about it. And they have so many different conceptions about whether they are or whether they aren't, and it's all clouded. It's all clouded. The reason it's clouded is because there's not a clear conception of God. There's not a concrete, clear conception of who God is, what God's form is, what God's personality is, where God lives, what is His family like. So the more we hear about Krishna and His family in the spiritual world, the more our hearts become attracted, because Krishna is, being the supreme person, the supreme being, His features are more attractive than any other personality's features. So, as I said earlier, I was supposed to read something from Navabraja Mahima to help us remember Krishna's family in the spiritual world, and hopefully to help us identify more with that family, which can then help us with that knowledge, with that perception, to see one another in this material world as parts of the same spiritual family. So I'm going to take you on what is called a parikrama. Do you know what parikrama means? Parikrama means to go around, literally. Parikrama. Parikrama, to go around. It's a common, even in every culture, there are certain ceremonies where people will go around each other in order to give some special respect. You know, they'll circle around the couple after the marriage, or, you know, in the Olympics, they'll all circle around, you know, or they'll take the Olympic torch and they'll circle around the globe. All these things are offshoots of the idea of parikrama, to go around something of venerable nature in order to respect it. So in spiritual life, we do parikrama of different holy places where Krishna lived when he was here. And this book that I finished editing, Navabraja Mahima, which is a very extensive 8-volume classic epic literature which describes more details of Krishna's life, Krishna's family members, Krishna's friends, and all of the loving devotees that live with him in the spiritual world. And I want to treat you today for the time that we have left. I'll read as much as I can. If it cuts off in the middle, you'll have to forgive me, because time is short, life is short, and we have other things to do. I'm reading from the chapter entitled Nanda-gram. Nanda-gram is Krishna's village, where Krishna lives with his family. Because I edited this book, I feel it's part of me is in this book. So please bear with me and try to enjoy. Hope you enjoy, I mean. As devotees, we must always seek the blessings of senior Vaishnavas before setting out on parikrama. This rule holds true as much as for pilgrims advanced in devotion as it does for beginners. Janavi Devi took permission from Raghunath Das Goswami before visiting the holy places of Braj. Following her example, I bowed to the elder residents of Krishna Valley before continuing my parikrama. This is the author, Shivaram Swami, taking permission from the residents of New Brajadam, which is the spiritual community that he has established in Hungary as a replica of Bhoma Vrindavan. So we're going to take a parikrama, a tour of one of the holy places. As I approached Nanda-gram, I prayed to Srila Prabhupada, to Srila Sanatana Goswami, to Nandishwar Mahadev, to the king and queen of Nanda-gram, and to the gopas and gopis who reside there. May the son of Nanda Maharaj, whose divine blackish form is the embodiment of beauty, and who is the beloved of a certain milkmaid, who daily walks from afar to cook for him, be pleased with me. The ladies of Mathura glorified Nanda-gram with these words: Dear friend, just imagine how fortunate is the land of Vrindavan, where the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself is present, always decorated with flower garlands and engaged in tending cows, along with His brother, Lord Balaram. He is always accompanied by His cowherd boyfriends, and He plays His transcendental flute. The residents of Vrindavan are fortunate to be able to constantly see the lotus feet of Krishna and Balaram, which are worshipped by great demigods like Lord Shiva and by the goddess of fortune. Let us meditate upon Krishna's eternal mother and father. For if we do, the rays of their loving attachment will illumine our hearts, wipe clean all nasty things, and create complete auspiciousness. King Devamida was a heroic king of the Vrishni dynasty who had two wives, a Kshatriya and a Vaishya, each of whom gave birth to a son, Sura and Parjanya, respectively. Both were pure devotees of the Lord. Sura begot Vasudeva, whose wife was Devaki. Parjanya begot Nanda, whose wife was Yashoda. Since the Supreme Lord was the son of both couples, they are eternally entwined as friends and family. Important point, according to the subject matter of tonight. In the material world, we sometimes become attached to knowing who our forefathers were. Now they have websites where you can, find out who your grandfather and their grandfather and their grandfather, and figure out where you go back to, because America's not that old a country. And all of us, there's all this immigration conflict going on today, but actually everyone here that's built up America is an immigrant of one country or another. So here we have descriptions of our ultimate family line or family lineage. We all go back to Krishna. He is Adipurusha. He's the original person, father of all living beings. Again, we are therefore all related. I read in the internet. I read where they're saying now that all of us, go back to certain cultures, certain civilizations, which they say, the scientists and historians say, were the original cultures. But they don't have knowledge of the spiritual world. They don't have knowledge of how the spiritual world projects into this material energy and as a reflection, and therefore gives us all of the wonderful things that we have and feel and experience in this world. So therefore they can't have a feeling of oneness in terms of being family members. But here's the original family. For all of our roots go back to this family. So if you can hear this with this understanding, or at least theoretically understand like that, then our affection, our natural affection for our original family will be awakened. And eventually our love for Krishna will be awakened by this process. As the third son of Parjanya, Nanda was subordinate to his older brother, Upananda. But the cowherds of Braj unanimously accepted Nanda as their king due to his sterling qualities. Nanda Maharaj's greatness was in his devotion to Lord Narayan. Learned in scriptures and a strict follower of religious principles, he commanded the respect of all his subjects. It is said that one can know a man by the company he keeps. Nanda Raja's friends and relatives were wise, learned, devoted to the Lord, and submissive to Dharma, the Brahmanas, and their gurus. Nanda Maharaj is tall in stature. He has a protuberant belly, a kindly face, a complexion the color of sandalwood, and a black and white beard that resembles a mix of rice and toasted sesame seeds. He wears ornaments befitting royalty, always sporting a priceless diadem on the front of his colorful turban, sometimes dressing in red, at other times green. He is a guardian to countless Surabhi cows. Handsome, magnanimous, and broad-minded, Nanda presides over his cows, subjects, and holdings like a fair, soothing moon. With the splendor, Deva, of great wealth, Vasudhi, he is also called Vasudev. Another intimate friend of Nanda Maharaj is King Vrishabhanu, husband of Kirtida, the goddess of fame, and father of the empress that rules over all goddesses of fortune, Shrimati Radharani. Shrimati Radharani ki jai. We only have 11 more days until her birthday, her appearance day. Like Emperor Yudhishthir, Maharaj Nanda was an eager patron of the arts. He handsomely rewarded the poets, singers, musicians, and dancers who came to entertain his sons, household, and subjects. As father to the husband of the goddess of fortune, Nanda had untold wealth. His treasury was always full. He lived in opulence with the most beautiful wife and was the master of countless cows and bulls. The point being that if we become spiritually advanced enough to re-enter our spiritual family, we won't be the losers. We think we're living in opulent houses now by coming to Silicon Valley, where there's some pretty nice houses, and even if they aren't so nice, they're really expensive. So we get reputed to be living in Silicon Valley. Whoa, wish we could afford to live there. You guys must be special. We're going to hear, hopefully if we have enough time, something about the house that Krishna lives in. If you compare it to any house in Silicon Valley, you'll find that the houses in Silicon Valley are like shanty town compared to the house that Krishna lives in. So we want to go to live with Krishna. We want to go back to our original family. And we won't lose anything. We're thinking now, I'll lose this one, I'll lose that one, I'll lose this, I'll lose that. But try to hear what's there in the spiritual world awaiting us. If we just agree to hear about Krishna with affection, now they measure wealth in terms of what? Paper, plastic. In Krishna's time, they ate, at least the higher families, ate off of golden plates. And they would only eat off of them once, just like we will only eat off of a paper plate or in India, a leaf plate once, and then they toss it. Before they used to eat on golden plates and then toss it. And we're thinking we're now opulent, we're technologically advanced, we're wealthy. In the Battle of Kurukshetra, there were how many Akshohini divisions? 11 on one side and 7 on the other. 18 Akshohini divisions of soldiers. And each Akshohini, that's a military term, which means a division or a whatever they call them now. And there were 60,000 horses in each Akshohini. And each horse was decorated with gold. I heard Prabhupada today say that it would take approximately 50 to 75 ounces of gold to decorate each horse. Because they would, not solid gold, but gold here and there just to decorate, a little on the, what do they call the saddle? Yeah. And on the reins and this, along the, the place where the bit goes in the mouth, little pieces of gold. And he calculated, and that was in terms of 1970s price of gold, which was like $120, dollars per ounce. Now it's what? 1,200? No. Huh? Oh, he knows. There's one who hoards gold. He knows exactly, 1,240. So 1,240 times 50 is how much? Huh? 1,240 times 50. So multiply that. That's one horse. It costs approximately, according to today's rate, $60,000 to decorate one horse. and there were 60,000 horses in each Akshahini division. How much is that? Oh, it's a lot more than that. 60,000 times 6,000? That's more than a billion. It's some billions. It's in the billions. That's just to decorate the horses, what to speak of the soldiers or this and that. So what we're thinking now is opulent is nothing. And now let's hear about the spiritual world. Hare Krishna. Rivers, lakes, desire trees, and hills like Govardhan blessed Maharaj Nanda's transcendental kingdom with abundance, nourished his Sarabi cows, and fulfilled his desires and the desires of his subjects. No unemployment, no gap between the haves and the have-nots. When they tossed those golden, plates we're talking about, they would be picked up by persons who didn't have so much as the kings, and they would be wealthy themselves. Instead of working 12 hours a day and driving so long to get to the place where you work 12 hours a day before you work 12 hours a day, and coming back and with not enough energy to do anything but sleep, and what do you get? I don't know, a Lexus or, some, Mercedes-Benz, so that you can spend the time that you do driving back and forth in, this illusion that you're like in some kind of opulence, some kind of comfort. In the meantime, the fumes are coming in, and you have to stay on the freeway for, an exasperating long time, and then they close the bridge, and then this is progress. Nanda Maharaj's sons blossomed with all good qualities. At an auspicious time and with appropriate rituals, he appointed Krishna as Braja's prince and heir apparent, and Balaram as prime minister. You want to have leaders? Who do we have as leaders? You don't know what they're going to do now. And madmen. And then we complain, we voted him in, and then we turn out to be madmen, and then we vote them out, and then they turn out to be madmen, and then we vote them out, and on it goes, on and on. It's folly to be wise where ignorance is bliss. So don't expect to have everybody beat their pathway to your door because you become Krishna conscious with wisdom. Actual spiritual wisdom. It's folly to be wise where ignorance is bliss. But those of us who have Krishna consciousness, who have heard about these things, and who can live there, this is real satisfaction. This is satisfaction that comes from within the heart, that is not dependent on external circumstances. Nandaraj attained unrivaled happiness, for the Supreme Lord himself, a youth of peerless beauty, who is always full of love, and who played flute melodies that mystified Nanda's kingdom, was his son. Let us meditate upon Nanda Maharaj by repeating a great poet's delightful assertion. Those who are afraid of material existence worship the Vedic literature. Some worship Smriti, the corollaries to the Vedic literature, and others worship the Mahabharata. As far as I am concerned, I worship Krishna's father, Maharaj Nanda, in whose courtyard the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Absolute Truth, Param Brahma, is playing. Nanda Maharaj accepted the Gopa, Sumukhi's daughter Yashoda, as his wife. Yashoda captivated her in-laws with her countless virtues, foremost of which was her devotion to Lord Narayan. The marriage of Nanda and Yashoda filled Gokul with inexplicable joy. Relatives and strangers alike could not help but constantly think and speak of Yashoda's flawless behavior and radiant beauty. Because Krishna spent time in Yashoda Devi's womb, her beauty so resembles his that pure devotees feel the same delight at seeing her auspicious form and describing her glories as they do his. Mother Yashoda is transcendental maternal love personified. A desire tree that blessed the people of Braj, and through them the entire world, with the blazing sapphire of Krishna, the Supreme Person. She fulfilled the import of her name by bestowing Da, universal fame, Yashaha, upon the Brajvasis. And by dint of her pure love for Vasudev's wife, she also became known as Devaki. Mother Yashoda is of medium height, neither short nor tall. Her hair is silky, long and black, her complexion dark, and her garments like a rainbow. Amongst her close friends are Kirtida, Devaki, and Rohini. Mother Yashoda has thousands of servants, but she personally attends to every detail of Krishna's care, ensuring that he always has the best of everything, never feels any discomfort, and is never in want. From early morning till late night, Yashoda oversees the cultivation of special gardens, the cooking of special meals, the milking of special cows, the sewing of special clothes, the crafting of special ornaments. In short, because Krishna is Yashoda Devi's life and soul, because he is dearer to her than millions of her own lives, she offers to him only those things unique, perfect, and to his taste. And he, the master of countless universes and demigods, is most satisfied while lying in her lap, drinking the liquid nectar of her loving affection for him, her celestial breast milk. Mother Yashoda's exalted status attracts the goddess of fortune, who, unseen to Yashoda, bows down to her lotus feet, offering her respectful obeisances and heartfelt words of praise. Let us meditate on this embodiment of motherly affection by reciting Sri Rupa's prayer. I offer my respectful obeisances to the delight of the world, Mother Yashoda, of fresh rain cloud complexion, clothed in wonderfully beautiful garments, and holding lotus-naveled Krishna on her lap. Rohini, Balaram's mother, is like Yashoda's shadow. Filled with a constantly rising Arohini flood of transcendental bliss, Rohini dearly loves her son. But she loves Krishna 1,000,000 times more. Let us pray to the parents of Krishna and Balaram to bless us with a particle of affection for their transcendental sons. Just a particle of that affection will infinitely enrich our spiritually impoverished lives. Having touched the shore of the unlimited ocean of the ambrosial attributes of Braja's king and queen, let us now sample a drop of Nanda-gram's unlimited secrets. Secrets inaccessible even to mystics and sages. So now we're going to hear about a place that is so much nicer than Mountain View, we can't even put it on the chart. It's off the charts. The lotus of Krishna's adolescent pastimes, Kaishora Lila, spreads its 1,000 petals across Braj. At the magnificent palace of Nanda Maharaj, atop Nandishwar hill, the whorl of that lotus is fixed. The opulent and expansive realm of Vaikuntha is nestled within one garden of Nanda's kingdom. Is it any wonder then that the greatest of Brahma's creations can rest on the edge of Nanda Raja's footstool? The kingdom of Nanda-gram is far distant from the abodes of those devotees attached to regulated service of Lord Narayan, but it is surely home to those situated in spontaneous love for Braja's prince. The desire to perfect spontaneous devotion is nourished by remembering the Brajvasis and by meditating upon Nanda-gram as it is described by our acharyas who are steeped in the ways of Braj. Now we're going to hear about Nanda-gram. Are you still with me? Yes. You sure you want me to go on? Yes. You sure you want to hear something about Krishna's palace? Yes. Okay. The forests of Nanda Maharaj's kingdom are filled with deer, peacocks, and other animals and birds that live together in harmony as a part of the greater family of their magnanimous king. The rivers, streams, and lakes are opulent, with dancing waves that toss vibrant lotuses and lilies here and there, just as Krishna and his friends throw balls while playing upon their shores. Of the many physical features of Nanda's kingdom, Govardhan Hill stands supreme. It increases Vardhana, the pleasure of the cows, go, and in turn, the opulence of the cowherd men. Not only does Govardhan Hill serve the cows with its fresh grass, pure water, and medicinal herbs, but it also fulfills the needs of the Brajvasis with its fruits, flowers, and precious jewels. Other pasturing grounds, like a bright jade necklace, surround the forest green neck of Nandishwar Hill, visible from Maharaj Vrishabhanu's palace and standing proudly against the turquoise sky. If you go to Braj on this earth, you'll see that Nanda-gram is on a hill, and Varshana, where Radharani lives, is also on a hill. And on a clear day, from the top of the hill, they can see each other. Nanda Maharaj's capital, with its wealth of palaces, houses, barns, and gates, rests atop sacred Nandishwar Hill, which is a form of Lord Shiva, descended to earth in order to relish Krishna's pastimes of youth. This is going to settle the dispute of who's who between Lord Shiva and Lord Krishna. Long ago, Lord Shiva desired to be present when Sri Krishna displayed his pastimes on earth. The Lord of Kailas then performed long, arduous penances, his mind fixed firmly on that goal. Pleased, Krishna appeared before his dear devotee and inquired about the purpose of his austerities. That foremost of demigods requested that he be allowed to appear as a mountain in Boma Vrindavan. Krishna asked why he wanted to be a mountain. And Lord Shiva replied, "You will appear in Braj, along with your eternal associates. I desire to have the dust of the gopis' feet on my body." Pleased with Lord Shiva's reply, Krishna blessed the master of Nandi to appear in Braj as the mountain upon which Maharaj Nanda would build his capital, and the gopis would constantly walk. A tall, fortified wall encloses the entire city of Nanda-gram. A wide, spring-fed moat encircles the full length of the base of that wall, the top of which is covered with lush, flowering gardens. Grand gates with gold frames and jewel-studded doors give access to the city through its fortification, protected by well-armed soldiers wearing gold helmets and ornaments set with gems. Within the walls are green pastures that completely surround the base of Nandishwar Hill and shelter the cows' gorgeous residences, too numerous to count and made from gems, too valuable to assess. Did you hear that? The cow barns in the spiritual world, Nanda Maharaj's cow barns, are more opulent than Indra's palaces in heaven. What to speak of the residents of Mountain View, Silicon Valley. On the other side of the cow barns is a smaller wall that keeps the cows out of the city. Beyond that lies gardens, wells, lakes, markets, lanes, and crossings, all as charming as their counterparts in heaven. Thriving vegetable patches, fruit orchards, and flower garlands offer their yields to the residents of Nanda-gram for food, articles of worship, and decorations for homes, streets, and gateways. Baladev Vidyabhushan says that high stone aqueducts efficiently deliver water to every house and garden throughout the city of Nanda-gram via a complex system of bamboo pipes. The opulence and beauty of the cowherds' homes defy imagination. Their standard of living excels that of demigods, for the cowherd men give equal worship to the cows, brahmanas, and the Supreme Lord. Nanda Maharaja's subjects live in houses made of valuable stones, like gold and lapis, set with diamonds and precious gems. Their doorways and roofs decorated with festoons, garlands, and colorful flags. Deities of Lord Narayan are constantly being worshipped in every home. The sacred mantras and hymns to the Lord's incarnations that the Brahmanas utter give life to Nanda-gram's festive atmosphere. At the summit of Nandishwar Hill is Nanda Maharaja's own palace. This is where Krishna lives. Boasting massive but elegant pillars, walls, windows, and roofs made from inlaid lapis, coral, and emerald, and handsome with many flags. On all four sides of Nanda Maharaja's palace stand the palaces of his loyal brothers. A quadrangular wall decorated with gems, banners, and flags surrounds the entire royal compound. Outside the northern gate, a raised platform surrounds a coral tree, mandara. There, the 6 seasons, spring, summer, monsoon, autumn, fall, and winter, reside eternally and concurrently. This means when you go through the palace of Nanda Maharaj, you can go from spring in one room to summer in another, to fall in another, to monsoon in another, depending on your mood. Let's see Bill Gates do that. Come on, Bill. Come on, come on. See, we're trying to get to that place by manipulating the material energy, which is actually controlled by Krishna, and therefore we can't get it. This is the only way that you can get it. It's the only way that you can get the love and affection of family and friends and the opulence that comes from the highest standard of living possible. The only way you can actually get it is to go back to Godhead, to go back to Nanda-gram, to be with Krishna and his family members and live in this wonderful place. And the cherry on top is that you don't have to ever go from that place. You don't have to ever be separated from anyone again. As attached as you become to your family members, after working hard your whole life to the big palace on the hill of San Mateo or Mountain View or whatever, Los Gatos, you don't ever have to leave it. Here in the material world, the more attached you get to it, the more you suffer when you have to leave it. And you're sure to have to leave it. As sure as death. But we don't want to think about that. No, we don't want to think about that. Therefore, we live our lives like rabbits, caught in a corner by a fox, eyes closed, and wiggling our noses. Or like an ostrich, with our head in a hole. 4. Inside the northern gate, an effulgent lake filled with the nectar of love for Krishna. Filled with nectar of love for Krishna. A lake. You can bathe in a lake which is made of nectar of love for Krishna. Who needs a bubble bath? Who needs a jacuzzi? Who needs a hot springs? And this lake is scented with the pollen of fully blossoming lotuses, resounds with the calls of waterfowl and splashing of playful fish. Nanda-gram is the eternal home of the cosmic mastermind, whose smallest creation, the atom, baffles scientists. One can just imagine how difficult it is to grasp the structure of Nanda Maharaj's palace. The palace is so expertly constructed that it puts Vishwakarma's best works to shame. Although an edifice, Nanda Maharaj's home is itself beyond the touch of the illusory energy. At the center of the palace is a courtyard with countless columns, each of different precious stones, such as ruby, sapphire, and coral, and corniced with gold. Gold in different colors, like yellow, red, green. And not only is that gold different colors, but it's fragrant. Fragrant gold. Everyone's after it, right? Gold in the material world. How valuable it is. Doesn't tarnish, doesn't decay, doesn't oxidize. Brilliant color, pleasing to the eyes, pleasing to the senses. What if it was fragrant on top of that? Getting the picture? What it means to live in the spiritual world? Throw away your, well, we won't say any specific. Throw away your impersonalism. Throw away your idea that to become free from misery of this material world, you have to blank everything out and fall into a void. Who wants to fall into a void when you can dip into a nectar of love for Krishna, a lake? When you can wear gold that is fragrant. In the center of the courtyard sits a stage that spontaneously attracts the mind and senses. Its sides and awning, decorated with beautiful silk draperies, strands of pearls, and flower garlands. Facing the stage on the south wall of the courtyard, appearing like the resting place of the goddess of diversions, is a slightly raised platform beneath a domed silk arch that shimmers in the breeze. In the evenings, Krishna and Balaram sit upon that platform with their parents and close friends, enjoying the performances of assorted dancers, artists, bards, and trained animals. We're hearing, for those of you who came in late, we're hearing about Nanda-gram in the spiritual world. We're hearing about Krishna's house. You think you got a nice house here in Silicon Valley? It's nothing. And the beauty about this house is just by hearing about it, you become ecstatic. And not only that, your heart becomes pure. And your mind becomes attracted to Krishna, which is the goal of living in this material world. One of them. The most important one. How are you today? Good? Good. It is said that only the residents of Nanda's palace can navigate its 50 enclosures and surrounding living quarters. Amongst the many rooms is Rohini Devi's kitchen, to the south of the main courtyard. West of the kitchen, through a large silver door brilliant with the effulgence of moonstones, is the all-opulent chamber of Baladev. Its most prominent feature is a golden bed covered with blue draperies. North of that, with solid gold doors, windows in every wall, a silk canopied bed as its center, and clay pots, chamaras, and ribbon festoons to make it more auspicious, is Krishna's bedroom. This is why we all want to make our bedrooms fancy. Because we have that tendency in our hearts. Because we're a part of Krishna. But what we do to try to satisfy that desire here is nothing. And not only that, in a few years, we have to give it up. Whether we like it or not. I think it makes more sense to chant Hare Krishna and go back to Godhead, where we can live eternally in supreme opulence, in supreme comfort, in supreme beauty, in supreme joy that never diminishes, that's increasing at every moment, eternally. Now you cook something real nice and you taste it, put it on your tongue, oh, nice. But then 10 minutes later, or maybe you can remember for a few more minutes, eventually it goes away and you have to eat another one. And then another one. But you can only eat so many. Because we're limited. But in the spiritual world, everything's unlimited. You can taste it and it will go on increasing the taste forever. And it won't interfere with the next thing you taste. This is achintya. Jiva Goswami describes that in order to actually even conceive of what the spiritual world is like, you must accept the achintya Shakti of Krishna. Achintya means inconceivable. Krishna's opulence, His purity, His power, His wisdom, everything about Krishna is achintya. And from our little ant-like position here in this material world, trying to see through a straw, and understand the universe. We're casting our our evaluation on Krishna. Oh, is he this or is he that? Is it true or is it not true? And plus, the babies don't cry like this in the spiritual world. We just ran out of time. Hare Krishna. It's so nice to be here with all of you. And the book I'm reading from a book that was just published. If you like it, you can go to krishnaculture.com. That's KRISHNA culture, CULTURE.com, and you can order the book. Shiva Maharaj, the author, researched all the Puranas, the Upanishads, the Agamas, the Samhitas, the Rasa Shastras of the Goswamis, the Upanishads, and from all those scriptures, he collated the details of all these things that come from Shastra. This isn't some poetic imagination. These are coming right from the Sanskrit Shastras, where you can find out about Krishna to the degree of detail that you cannot imagine. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Krishna ki jai. Srimati Radharani ki jai. Radharani ki jai. Maharani ki jai. Only 11 more days until she appears. Maybe we'll read something about her on that day. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thanks to His Holiness Kesava Bharati Goswami. He's visiting us from Govardhan Hill, where he lives most of the year. He has an ashram there, which is nestled at the foot of Govardhan Hill and populated by brahmacharis who keep a number of cows. And it's a retreat for those who are serious about hearing and chanting. So I'm sure he would like it if anyone who's in that area would stop by and visit. And we're fortunate that he comes here on a regular basis to visit us here at Silicon Valley. Thank you very much, Maharaj. Let's have another round of applause for Kesava Bharati Goswami. Thank you very much. And thank all of you for coming tonight to ISKCON of Silicon Valley. We're going to continue with the program by putting away the books and the asanas in a very efficient but respectful way because they're Shastra deities, and then we'll stand up for the evening arti ceremony, which will take place in just a few minutes. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Radhuti Koshobha Jana Vitatavani Jagamana Loba Jagadana Mana Loba Jagajana Mana Loba Gaurangera Rotiko Shobha Jagajana Mana Lobha Gaurangera Rotiko Shobha Jagajana Mana Lobha Jagadana Mana Lobha Jagajana Mana Lobha Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Yake Nitai Chan Bamegadadhara Ikate Advaita Shini Vaschatradara Bose Ache Gaurachan Ratna Singhasane Aroti Korina Brahma Adi Deva Gane Nara Hari Hari Kore Chamara Thulaya Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Goshari Gaya Shankar Baje Kanta Baje Baje Karatala Madhura Mridanga Baje Paramarasala Madhur 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 Baje Madhur 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 Baje Shankha Baje Ganta Baje Madhur 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 Baje Shankha Baje Ganta Baje Madhur 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 Baje Oh Madhur 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 Baje Madhur 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 Baje Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Tai Gaur Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Bahu Koti Chandra Jini Vadana Ujwala Bahu Koti Chandra Jini Vadana Ujwala Bahu Koti Chandra Jini Vadana Ujwala Kala Deshe Vanamala Kore Jhalamala Shiva Shuka Narada Preme Gada Gada. Pakati Vinoda Deke Gaurada Sampada Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai. 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 Hey, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jai Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jai Jaya. Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai. Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai. Hey, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jai Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jai Jaya. Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai. Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai. Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jai Jai. Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jai Jai. Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala 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 Jai Jai. Hey, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jai Jai. Oh, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jai Jai. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Jai Jai Sachinandana Gaura Hari. Jai Jai Sachinandana Gaura Hari. Jai Jai Sachinandana. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Hey, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Go Premanande. Jai Om Vishwapad Paramhamsa Parivraja Gacharya Shtotaras Shishimad Bhai Charanada Vinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhamsa Parivraja Gacharya Shtotaras Shishimad Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Ki. Ananta Kuti Vaishnavinda Ki. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki. Prem Gaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Dvaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gopakta Ki. Sri Shri Radha Krishna Gogopinath Shyamakund Radhakund Giri Govardhan Ki. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki. Shri Mayapur Navadip Dham Ki. Shri Jagannath Puri Ki. Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi Ki. Jamuna Devi Ganga Devi Ki. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. Go Premanande Haribo.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Praladadayine. Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha. Srilatankanakalaye. Yeto Narsimha Parato Narsimha. Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsimha. Bahir Narsimha Hridaye Narsimha. Narsimha Madhim Sharanam Prapade. Tava Kara Kamalavare Nakam Adbhuta Shringam Lalita Hiranyakashipu Dhanuvringam Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Raya Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare. Tava Kara Kamalavare Nakam Adbhuta Shringam Lalita Hiranyakashipu Dhanuvringam Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Raya Jagadish Hare Raya Jagadish Hare. Namadev ki.
If you'll turn your attention to the screen up here on the right, we're going to sing a song written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And this song is guaranteed to make you happy or your money back. Radha Krishna bol bol bola roi soba. Radha Krishna Shri Shri Radha Krishna bol bol bolo re soba. E shikariya shobnariya Reche neche gornita e shikariya Haribo bolo re shikariya Haribo bolo re shikariya Radha Krishna bol bol bolo re soba Shri Shri Radha Krishna bol bol bolo re soba Niche mayar boshe jacho beshe kacho habu dubu ba Niche mayar boshe jacho beshe Niche mayar boshe jacho beshe kacho habu dubu ba Haribo bolo re miche mayar boshe Haribo bolo re miche mayar boshe Radha Krishna bol bol bolo re soba Shri Shri Radha Krishna bol bol bolo re soba Jiv Krishna Das e Bishwas korle to ar duko nai Jiv Krishna Das e Bishwas Jiv Krishna Das e Bishwas korle tor duko nai Haribo bolo re Jiv Krishna Da Radha Krishna bol bol bolo re soba Shri Shri Radha Krishna bol bol bolo re soba Krishna bholbe jabe phula kahbe jorbi ankhi boli thai Krishna Okay, get ready for the next part. Here goes. Krishna bolbe jabe Polakahabe Jorbe Anki Bolita Krishna Bolbe Dabe Polakaha. You didn't get it. You got to put your hands up. You get ready now. Krishna Bolbe Jabe Polakahabe Jorbe Anki Bol. One more time. Polakahabe. There you go. Hari Bol Bolo Krishna Bolbe Jabe. Radha Krishna Bol Bol Bolo Re Shobha. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Bol Bol Bolo Re Shobha. Radha Krishna Bolo Shange Cholo E Matra Vikachai. Radha Krishna Bolo Radha Krishna Bolo Shange Cholo E Matra Vikachai. Hari Bol Bolo Radha Krishna Bolo. Radha Krishna Bol Bol Bolo Re Shobha. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Bol Bol Bolo Re Shobha. Jai Sakal Vipod Bhakti Vinod Bol and Jakon Om Nam Ga Jai. Okay, get ready again. Jai Sakla Vipod Bhakti Vinod Bolan Jakon Om Nam Gai. Jai Sakla Vipod Bhakti Vinod. One more time. Jai Sakla Vipod Bhakti Vinod Bolan Jakon Om Nam. Hari Bol. Hari Bol Bolo Re Jai Sakal Vipod. Radha Krishna Bol Bol Bolo Re Shobha. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Bol Bol Bolo Re Shobha. Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, oh Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gaur Premanande. Hare Krishna. We're still feeling the wonderful vibrations after Janmashtami. How many of you were here for Janmashtami Day? Raise your hand. Thank you for coming. It was an extraordinary evening. Actually, we have some statistics here for the night of Janmashtami. We had 1,850 viewers online. That's unique viewers. That means in one day, people who checked in one time. And almost 4,000 visitors on that day. And this is the one that will shock you. 1,500 cars. That makes sense. 4,000 visitors, 1,500 cars, right? People were being economical and carpooling, apparently, right? And some people stayed home altogether and watched online from all over the world. So congratulations to everybody at ISV who worked tirelessly to put together the festival. It's these kinds of festivals where we all come together and work for Krishna, where we move to the next level of devotion. This kind of service anyone can do. There are beautiful services like flower garland making, decorating the temple, sweeping the parking lot, greeting people. All these types of things are a kind of sacrifice, spiritual sacrifice. Everyone's making a sacrifice just by living in this world, but when we sacrifice for Krishna, then we become happy. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhuktaram jagyatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suridam sarvabhutanam gyatvam shantim richiti. Here's how to be happy. Do what you do for Krishna. And we've built this temple specifically around this principle that everyone from every walk of life can come together and offer their talents to Krishna. Everyone has some unique talent, right? And everyone therefore has something to offer to Krishna. Just offer that to Krishna. Bhuktanam yakatapasam. If you make that sacrifice for Krishna, and also understand that Krishna owns everything, then you won't have any anxiety. As soon as I think I own something, then I'm complete anxiety, because then it's mine. That's a problem. But it's not mine, so don't worry. Nothing's ours. It all belongs to Krishna. We just take care of it for him. The other night, Giriraj Maharaj gave the example of a bank teller. Bank teller counts millions of dollars, but if he takes $10 out of the stack and puts it in his pocket, he's out of a job. They'll catch him on the camera nowadays. And even if they didn't in the old days, he'd be a thief. So if we take anything for ourselves, then not only will we be anxiety will invoke sinful reactions for doing that. So Krishna says, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, just understand everything belongs to me, everything's controlled by me. And Suridam Sarvabhutanam, Krishna says, I am the best friend within the heart. I'm your guide. I'm your eternal friend. And that is our eternal solace, that Krishna is there with us at every moment. So that's why we're here at ISKCON Silicon Valley. And our very specific mission is that we serve all living entities by widely spreading the holy name of the Lord. We have an outward reach here. We want to meet people where they live, where they work, at their events everywhere, and make friends and give them an opportunity to take advantage of the great teachings of Bhagavad Gita. To that end, you might have noticed this banner that's on the inside of the wall, Bhagavad Gita for hotels and motels. Share the wisdom of Bhagavad Gita at your establishment. This is called Solace for Traveling Souls, and up to date from this organization here at ISKCON Silicon Valley, we're proud to say we've placed over 160,000 Bhagavad Gitas in motel rooms nationwide. Come on, a little more. There you go. This program and many like it pervade this organization. There's lots of places where you can participate. We have kids programs that go on regularly here. Vedic Academy is training kids in culture and Sanskrit, in chess, I heard recently, and so many other skills. And we have a Bhakti Shastri class for those who are interested in going deep into the scriptures like Bhagavad Gita. We have our Pandit, our resident Pandit, Srivas Pandit, who's deeply learned in the scriptures, to come regularly and teach, not only here, but it's also online. You can also do it from your home. And many, many more things. You can find out about all these programs during the break. So today's cooks were Padma Mataji and the helpers Yash Doshi, Srivatsa, Shailesh Prabhu, Sonu Mataji, Hansapriya Mataji. Big feast today, apparently. Let's have a hand for the cooks. What else do we have? Any other announcements? Everyone happy? Yes? Yes or yes? Yes, Vaisheshi Gadas. I'm happy. We're happy. Okay, great. Well, it's wonderful to see all of you. We'll continue our programs coming up on Wednesday. Yes. Any newcomers here tonight? First time at ISV. Let's give them a warm welcome. Just after this, after we sing a few prayers for Prasadam, we invite all the newcomers to come to our special table, which is set up right outside here, and we have a gift for you. It's kind of nice, too, so you might want to stop by. And if you have any questions about ISV, anything at all, we'll have very charming volunteers out there to field your questions and tell you all about ISV, and you can get oriented to our organization here. And we thank you very much for coming to ISV. So now, traditionally, we sing a couple of prayers before we honor Prasadam, which we're going to serve, by the way, right outside here in the beautiful picnic area. I see the volunteers are already set up, so don't charge for the door yet. They're going to be right out there, and you can make a line, and they'll serve you Prasadam. Just beforehand, these are a few prayers that we like to sing. Sharira Vijaja Jodendriya Tahika Jive Pele Visha Shogare Karma Jetivayati Loba Moe Sudurmati Take Jeta Katina Shangshare Krishna Bododoya Moy Puribari Jihajai Swaprasarana Dilobai Shayanamrita Pao Radha Krishna Gunagao Premirako Chaitanya Nitai. So this is a prayer written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur in the Bengali language, in which he says, this body is a network of senses which are networks leading to death. In other words, we're engaging the senses all the time, but they're leading us further and further into material entanglement. But he says, Krishna has given us prasadam to help control the senses, and the most difficult sense, he says, to control is the tongue. However, in yoga, that's the first sense to control, according to the Padma Purana. Atashri Krishna namadi na bhaved grayam indriye sevan mukhi jivado swayameva spuratyada. According to the Padma Purana, if you begin your yoga practice by controlling your tongue, then all the other senses will become controlled and Krishna will reveal himself to you. Not so easy job to control the tongue. It's very voracious. But Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying Krishna has given us prasadam to conquer the tongue. So just by taking this prasad, we'll control the tongue, we'll also glorify the Lord by honoring this prasad. And in love, we'll call out for the help of Shri Shri, Gaur, and Nitai. Thank you very much, everyone. Hare Krishna. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you back here next Wednesday. We're going to start, we'll have a program here starting at 6:59 p.m. right here in this temple room. It will be full of chanting and teachings about the Bhagavad Gita. And if you're not on our mailing list, you can get on the list at the volunteer table right outside. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Please enjoy. Also, we have a visiting sannyasi here, His Holiness Kesava Bharati Goswami. He'll be here for a few minutes, so anyone who wants to come up and talk to him, meet a sannyasi who's been practicing Krishna consciousness and been in the sannyasa ashram for over 40 years now. I recommend that you get his association. He's only here for another couple of weeks. Thank you. Hare Krishna.